Hello fellow YouTubers, welcome to this wonderful video, a Smackdown Live review. I'm going to stop wasting time with a stupid introduction and just start reading off what happened. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Anyway, so the show kicks off with the 5 women who are actually in the Money in the Bank match. In the ring, Shane McMahon is basically supposed to be hyping the match up. So he's going down the list, and he starts with Tamina. He calls her a 2-time superstar. The fuck is a 2-time superstar? I don't know. He just hypes up all 5 of the competitors, and then he unveils the Money in the Bank briefcase. It's white and green. I mean, it doesn't look stupid, but at the same point, I mean, it's just a briefcase. So Shane continues talking when Ellsworth cuts him off. Then he says that Carmella's gonna win. Why waste his time with all this crap? So then all of the women basically take turns talking a lot, I guess. Yeah. Then, once they're all saying, after they've said something stupid, basically, Naomi comes out. She talks for a second before Lana comes out and interrupts her. So now we have 7 women in the ring. And for one, nobody knew who was coming out. Lana's music started, and we all just kind of like, who? Lana looking good today, though, I must say. She was wearing a sparkling blue dress. There's really nothing to say about that. Shane says this isn't the time for this, but Lana says she can compete in the Money in the Bank match, which is a fair point. I mean, the men have a 6-man match. The women have a 5. And then Naomi doesn't have a match. So it's a completely fair point. Why can't Lana compete in one of those matches? But Naomi starts laughing her ass off, LMAO. We don't understand why. Because, I mean, Lana's been training to compete for like 2 years now. I'm sure she can put together a decent match. But, I mean, not put together, but be carried to a decent match. But, basically, Lana asks, Naomi, what are you laughing about? And then Naomi says, come on, Lana, you haven't beaten anybody. What makes you think you deserve this spot? Which is basically what Shane says, you had to earn that spot. And at which point Lana storms off, and the crowd chants, we want Lana. So, what was the point of this? Like, legitimately, after this segment ended, all I could think about was, literally, what was the whole point of any of it? You figure, the match didn't really get hyped up, because you didn't talk, like Shane was like, oh, ladder matches are dangerous, but it just didn't make it feel like a bigger deal. And then with Lana coming out, it kind of, like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna spoil it. They announced that Lana's gonna have a match with Naomi at Money in the Bank. But at the same point, it's like, was this the best way to go about it? Not necessarily that it was bad, just left a little lacking. We come back from commercial for a 6-woman tag match, Naomi, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair versus Tamina, Carmella, and Natalya. It's the Welcoming Committee against Team Royal Fireglow. We've seen this match before. I think we saw it twice already. Lynch does a stupid move to Carmella, where she kind of has her legs wrapped around Carmella, and she just kind of keeps rotating around the ring. You know, like, I'm fine with different moves, but so many of the moves that get introduced at points don't look painful. It's like there's this move, I think Xavier Woods does it. I could be wrong, but they grab the other person's arm, and they kind of hop up, kip down, kip up, kip up, kip down, kip up, kip down. And there's just so many of these moves, like Luke Harper's Gator Roll. Moves that just don't look like they would hurt. Tamina has Charlotte held down, like up, but they're both standing up. Tamina has Charlotte held in place, and instead of Natalya, you know, attacking her, she just chops her. Didn't think that was very smart, but whatever. Lana comes to the ring and knocks Naomi off her feet, because Naomi is on the ring rope area, apron, if you will. So Naomi falls, she slides into the ring, starts getting up, Tamina super kicks her. Tamina getting the pinfall victory over Naomi. Very interesting, but, I mean, it's whatever. So we see Shane walking backstage, and he walks up to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale trophy, which is a ridiculously long title. Just saying, we need a shorter title for that. And Mojo Rawley's there, and he tells Shane, hey, Shane, you know, I thought I would win this, and I'd actually be something. not necessarily main eventer, but, you know, maybe I'd show up on SmackDown more than once every season. And Shane says, hey, you guys know that there are other people who aren't getting chances on SmackDown Live. So, like, this segment, for one, Shane McMahon watches my show. It's okay, Shane. If you watch this video, make sure you, do something so I know. Message me on Twitter. Yeah, I'll put my Twitter link in the description. But yeah, it's a weird segment because they always say SmackDown is the land of opportunity, and yet for somebody who needs the opportunity, who should have it, he hasn't had the opportunity. So it's just one of those weird things. Kind of like obviously the point of this segment is to give Mojo a match, finally put him back on TV. But at the same point, it reminds you that no matter what SmackDown says, they aren't really the land of opportunity. Because the same guys dominate the same spots, aside from Jinder Mahal. So, I mean, that's whatever. Mojo brings up the point that that he is the only guy who's beaten Jinder since he came to SmackDown Live. I don't know. I don't know. It could be true, could be wrong, I don't know. But Shane brings up that a lot of guys want pushes, and he says that if he can beat Jinder Mahal tonight, he'll be in the Money in the Bank match. So, let's go Mojo. Right? Right? That would probably be the point of this match. You know, but we'll get there. So we get AJ Styles versus Dolph Ziggler. It's a rematch from last week. I hate when they do this because we've seen this match. We saw this on Raw where they had the Titus O'Neil Kalisto match 2 weeks in a row, trading victories. It just doesn't feel like a big deal, to be honest. Like, I'll watch the first match, but normally the second match when I realize, hey, I saw this last week, I don't pay attention. It's the truth. The match ends in pretty dramatic fashion, I must say. Styles goes for a bridge pin, you know, where your opponent is on their back, you grab their legs and you kind of flip over them. But then Ziggler kind of pushes him off. So Styles is like, you know, fuck this, I ain't winning like a technical wrestler. He just yanks him up, hits him with a Styles Clash. I was like, there we go. So I was okay with that. We have a Fashion Files segment next. And literally, as for every single week, these are worth watching. They are. If you're not going to watch anything on SmackDown, make sure you watch the Fashion Files. These are the most entertaining parts of SmackDown right now. Sad, but true. So, the board they have in the background has annoying, like ANOA apostrophe ING over the Usos picture, which was humorous because, I want to say their last name is like annoying. I could be wrong. I think that's what it is, their real last name. They get confused. Okay, so last week it completely went over my head. They found the bottle of cologne in their messed up a locker room area, and they assumed, like, they were like, oh, we gotta figure out who did this, and then they like had a match with the colognes. Straight up went whoosh, right over my head. Did not get it. So Fandango's like, oh, well, I don't think it's the cologne's cologne. And then Tyler Breeze gets all confused. He's like, I don't get it. And Fandango's like, it's not the cologne's colognes. He's like, so if it's not cologne, what is it? And they have this big thing about it. Again, humorous. And then he says, okay, you know what, I don't get it. We must be close. And then the other one says, close? Like cologne, but with clothes in there. New Day comes in, and here we go. This literally shot it up another notch. Not necessarily a fan of New Day at this point, but this segment really helped their case. They come in, they ask for help with a case. Wasn't intended like that, but okay. They offer them robes as payment, and Fandango throws his robe down because they're not those kind of police that take bribes. It was humorous. Gold. Make sure you check out this segment. If you haven't watched it already, literally, fuck everything else on this show. Just make sure you watch the Fashion File. Then they announced John Cena is coming back on the 4th of July. We only have 4 SmackDowns to wait. Yay. Mojo comes out to fight Jinder. The Singh brothers get a little involved. But Jinder wins honestly pretty clean for, you know, a heel, especially in modern WWE. Which, you know, I'm kind of bummed about, to be honest. I'm going to say it, okay? So who, aside from Jinder Mahal, has really been benefited by being on SmackDown? Like, yeah, the main event talent, like, because at first they had so few, they were able to kind of like stretch feuds with like Dean Ambrose to kind of, and Dolph Ziggler, and try to make things look good. But we saw those feuds for months. And at this point, like, aside from The Miz when he was on Smackdown, which he shouldn't have even needed benefited because he's the fucking best, and Jinder Mahal, I can't think of anybody else who's really been that benefited by it. Mojo Rawley being in the Money in the Bank match, you know, literally, because this is my gripe with Jinder being champ, and I brought it up a few times, but it's like whenever somebody is like, I want a title shot, you have to take them seriously now. So it's like, yeah, I complained a lot about Jinder being champ, but at the same point, it's like, Jinder's champ, why can't Mojo be Mr. Money in the Bank? Just saying. So we get oh, okay, well, before I go there, Jinder says that Orton and the fans are sick, but he has the antidote. Kind of goes on for a bit too long. I guess he also watches my videos. We get an Orton interview backstage. He says that legends like Ric Flair and his father and Harley Race are telling him to let Jinder run his mouth because actions speak louder than words. And what Orton takes out of that is that at Money in the Bank, Mahal will hear him just fine. Get it? Because it's going to be an RKO from out of nowhere. But I don't think he's going to win. So it's kind of weird. We get a New Day versus the Cologne segment match. Not a segment. I mean, it is a segment, but it's also a match. And remember, like, last year, this time, I felt like they were wrestling, like, every week. I didn't notice it until I realized, hey, that's Xavier Woods, not Kofi Kingston. Like, normally, it's Kofi Kingston. So I started thinking, I'm like, when was the last time I saw him wrestle? And then the answer is the Raw after Mania and the Raw after that. And then before that, remember that they were the hosts of WrestleMania, so they weren't wrestling much. So since like January, I think they've wrestled like 5-6 times on free TV. It's crazy when you think about it. New Day wins, not surprising at all. It's a match. The clones are jobbers. Who cares? Usos cut off the celebration. They say that they run the SmackDown Tag Team Division, which, I mean, it's kind of true. American Alpha's nowhere to be found. They say Kofi only needs a 2-2. They ask if Big E has his initials or his bra size. Fat jokes. They make a joke about up, up, down, down, and it's a shoe joke for Xavier Woods. I didn't get it. I'm sorry. The segment was fine. I mean, the more I hear the Usos talk, the more I go, wow, they can actually talk pretty well. Kind of surprising. So he has Sami Zayn interviewed backstage. He says that he's been preparing for Money in the Bank, watching footage of his opponents, Kevin Owens, Baron Corbin, the other guys, you know what I'm saying. But he says there isn't enough footage of Shinsuke Nakamura. He's like, you know, you try to watch him and learn his techniques, but it's hard to actually learn because he's so charismatic, and you know, you're watching his hands and suckets and stuff like that. And then Baron Corbin comes in, and Baron Corbin, like a very nice co-host, says, hey, can I have that microphone? I want to ask Sami Zayn a question. I think it was a female, so please, ma'am, may I have that microphone? I need to ask Sami Zayn a question. And she gives the mic over, because of course she does. Baron Corbin asks you to do something nicely, you oblige. And then he slammed the microphone right into Sami Zayn's face. That's what I'm talking about. So, like, okay, so I like Baron Corbin, and I don't like Sami Zayn. Now, that's aside from the point. The reason I bring that up is that I'm tired of seeing this. I really am. Like, even though this is something I should care about, I don't. Stop booking the same segment week after week. So Baron Corbin throws a ladder at Sami Zayn, throws Sami Zayn in the ladders. And my question is, there was a TV right there. Why didn't you just smash his face into the TV monitor? I mean, it was okay, because Sami Zayn said he was going to be on commentary. So when he was done, Baron Corbin's like, I guess a spot on commentary just opened up. I don't remember hearing him talk much, but but he also says that Shinsuke isn't the one he should be worried about. And then he doesn't say that it's, he doesn't say, because Baron Corbin. He just skips past it. So we see Shane on the phone backstage immediately after this, and my question is, where in the hell is Daniel Bryan? I'd heard that Brie Bella just gave birth, so I'm like, eh. But at the same point, it's like, I haven't seen him in a while. Naomi charges in asking for a match with Lana at Money in the Bank, and Shane's like, yo bitch, you ain't even gotta defend that belt against her. You got the night off. And she's like, I want my match. I'm putting my title up. And the match is confirmed. So, and then she threatens to snatch her bald. Don't know what that means either. A lot of jokes on Smackdown go over my head. That's what I'm noticing. So we get Kevin Owens versus Shinsuke Nakamura. When Kevin Owens is coming out, the camera kind of pans at the barricade for a second. I don't know why it did that, but there was a spot Owens going for superplex, and Shinsuke fights back, and every time he punches Owens just do really loud, which is funny because they keep comparing him to Cartman from South Park. Yet it's also like, hey, he's making a sound like Homer Simpson from The Simpsons. But I mean, Shinsuke wins with his finisher. This is literally what you would expect, really. Baron comes in after the match and hits Shinsuke with an end of days. Thank you, Baron. What is there to say about this match? It was fine. It was a match. Don't particularly care. Nah. I do think they're putting Shinsuke on TV too much now. That there was a fine line they were going to have to walk, and I think they're stepping too far over and giving Shinsuke matches every single week when that's unnecessary. Shinsuke is one of the competitors who shouldn't be wrestling every single week. Kind of like how they're doing on Raw with Elias Sampson. Just my 2 cents. Baron Corbin, on the other hand, should be in action every week. Because he likes beating people up. He likes money. He's the lone wolf. Why isn't he wrestling every week? And again, where are these people? Where is Ty Dillinger? Where's Luke Harper? Where is Eric Rowan? Where is American Alpha? Where is the Ascension? Where are these people going? Did NXT like fire a lot of people or something? Are they filling in NXT? Maybe 205 Live? I'm actually missing 205 Live to do this. So hopefully I'm not missing anything good like TJP winning the Cruiserweight title. But yeah, that's about all I have to say for this video. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Comment with your opinions on SmackDown if you thought it was a good show. I thought it was, honestly, it was okay. Not bad. I think it stands out better because I had watched WrestleMania 2 today. So just about everything looks better in comparison. Thanks for watching.